You know, it's hard to attract a lot of attention online. So, what a lot of companies are doing right now is that they're running sweepstakes and contests online. And you might be sitting there thinking to yourself, who ever wins these things? Well, that's why I wanted to bring Carolyn Wilman on the Komando show today because Carolyn's not only a winner, right, Carolyn, but you have a whole strategy behind your winnings. And welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So, how much have you won?
Since I started almost 20 years ago, and I've won over $250,000 in prizes. But I know people that have won far more than me that have passed the $1 million mark over 20, 25 years.
So what was the greatest thing that you won?
I like to think it was when it was still being filmed. We went to England for the weekend, and we had a party on the Harry Potter set.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And that was really cool.
I bet. What did you have to do to win that?
That one was submitting an entry form online to our local paper. And it ran for a week, and I was entering every day, and we got lucky. One of them was picked.
Oh, that's awesome. So do you still enter a lot of contests?
Not as much as I'd like. I'm busy, actually. I'm an entrepreneur, and I work with companies on running sweepstakes. So I get to sit on both sides of the table. But I enter every day. I can't go a day without entering.
So I understand that you can enter some 200 contests in an hour. How the heck do you do that?
Well, the first thing you have to do is be organized. And it depends on the contest. So some of them take a little longer than others. But the idea is you use form-filling software such as RoboForm that will fill the form and save it for you. So it makes it a little more automated. But you can't use an automation system or a bot because that's against the rules.
So this software that you can just go to the website, find the sweepstakes, and then it automatically completes RoboForm. We've talked about it here on the show. Now, how do you actually find the best sweepstakes?
I use aggregates because other people have already done the work for you.
Nice.
Right. So there's lots of websites out there. I have some resources on my website that list them all. There's too many to list. And I tell people, go to the different ones, see who's got the format you like, see what style suits you. And then they post legitimate sweepstakes open to your region because there's ones for all over the world.
And is that a strategy of yours, is to enter maybe like local sweepstakes that wouldn't have as many entries as, say, something that's global in nature?
Right. I call it concentric circles. So I tell people to start at their local and then state and then maybe tri-state or national and then worldwide. So your odds of winning are always going to be better when you're entering close by.
Now, anytime you enter a contest, you know that you have to agree to a lot of terms and conditions. And quite often, that's giving up an email address. And so I think you're really smart that you use a unique email address. Now, is that just for all your contesting or is that per contest?
No, I just set up a separate email address just for entering giveaways. And I do that just to keep it separate from work and personal. You don't want, your emails from Aunt Millie to get mixed in with a contest win. And it also helps cut down on spam. Although I do tell people, if you're on the internet, you have to protect your computer, whether you're entering sweepstakes or not.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just have to be careful anywhere you go online. Now, what about taxes?
It depends. That's where it's a little tricky because you probably would pay less tax than you think because it's all based on your income. So if you have a low income, then you're not going to have a high tax on a prize. And so I say go for it. Enter what you want to win and worry about the taxes after. Win it first. That's a problem for another day.
I like that. So in a given month, how many contests can you win per month?
I usually win anywhere between 5 and 15. Now that sounds like a lot, but you got to remember a lot of them are little. I'm doing one right now online in my local area, and they're giving away small prizes every day. And when you enter, you're in the drawing for a big prize. So I picked up 2 bottles of water today and a drink at the local convenience store. So technically those are wins, but that's only $5 worth of prizes right there.
I was going to say that seems to be like a lot of work to do for like 2 bottles of water, but you're hoping for the bigger prize.
Right. It's, yes, I was the bridesmaid, but one day I'll be the bride and I'll win. But just last week, I won concert tickets and a night out for my sweetie. So I've got date night all planned out. It's going to be great.
So you mentioned that you're an entrepreneur, but you're not winning enough to totally like live off of it, right?
No, you can't control luck. So I might win 3 prizes this week, small ones, and then one biggie, and then nothing for a month, and then you can't count on your wins. And then a lot of them are consumable. Like I've got concert tickets, so I tell people it's a cheap trip or a cheap night out. So what I say is sweepstaking enhances your lifestyle. It doesn't replace your lifestyle. And I'm also a consumer. I always tell people support the sponsor.
Well, that's also very good advice. Carolyn, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I love teaching people how to win because it is so much fun.
Well, $250,000 in winnings, that's pretty impressive. And if you have a story that you'd like to share with us here, just go over to the website, komando.com. And at the bottom of every single page, there's a link that says Contact Us.